students, welcome to science class. See lesson number 10, respiration in organism. In first video we had seen that respiration and types of respiration. Now in this video we will learn that breathing, 10.2 breathing. So breathing means what? Breathing means taking in air rich in oxygen and giving out air rich in carbon dioxide with the help of respiratory organ. This is breathing. So the process by which an organism takes in and give out air is called breathing. Again, now breathing involve organs such as nose, lungs, the diaphragm, these all are. So now breathing is a continuous process that I am telling you. Breathing is a continuous process that involves two steps. One is inhalation and is exhalation. Inhalation means the taking in of air rich in oxygen into the body is called inhalation. And exhalation means giving out of air rich in carbon dioxide is called exhalation. So again, breathing is a continuous process that involves two steps, inhalation or taking in air and exhalation or giving out air. So it means the inhaled air is rich in oxygen and the exhaled air is rich in carbon dioxide. See, as I told you that breathing is a continuous process, it is continue all the time throughout the life of an organism, whether you are sleeping or anything. Now about breathing rate. So the number of times a person breathes in a minute is termed as the breathing rate. It means that one breath means one exhalation and one exhalation. It means one breath. So number of times a person breathes in a minute. It means exhalation and inhalation is termed as the breathing rate. So during breathing, inhalation and exhalation take place alternately. It means that one inhalation and then exhalation. It takes place alternately only. So breathe means one inhalation and exhalation. So the number of times we breathe, it means that inhale and exhale in a minute is known as breathing rate. But you know that during vigorous exercise, breathing rate increases. And during sleep, breathing rate decreases only. But in infant, that breathing rate is much more than in adult. So after about see that breathing rate. So on an average, an adult human being at rest breathes in and out 15 to 18 times in a minute. It means the breathing rate of average breathing rate of an adult human being at rest position is 15 to 18 times in a minute. But you know, during heavy exercise, the breathing rate can increase up to 25 times per minute. But that we can say that average breathing rate in an adult human being is 15 to 18 times in a minute. So after that, you know that how do we breathe? So first, you know that it is the mechanism of breathing, we can say that. It means normally we take in air through our nostrils, and when we inhale air, it means when we take in air, it passes through our nostrils. It means that opening of our nostrils into nasal cavity. Cavity means hollow place. So the air reaches our lungs through that nasal cavity. After nasal cavity, it reaches to the windpipe, and through this windpipe, it reaches to the lungs. And lungs are present in chest cavity. And a large muscular seat also there. This is called diaphragm. and it means that diaphragm make the floor of the chest cavity. Now you know that breathing is the movement of that diaphragm only. So the passage of air through respiratory system, I am telling you that air enters our body through the nostrils or opening of the nose. Then this leads into the nasal cavity. Okay, the air we breathe is not very clean. So our nostrils are lined with hair, some hair in our nostril only, uh, which act as filter. It means when we breathe, no, that air is not clean. Some microorganisms also there, some dust particles also there. So that hair present in our nostrils act as filters, and it traps the dust particles, prevent from the reaching the lung. It means only pure air will enter in our body. Whatever impurities are there, it prevent there only. And one more thing, the inner lining of the nasal passage produces some slimy, slimy substance, sticky substance, and this is called mucus. And this is also help in trapping the dust particles. So the filtered air now reaches to the lungs. So during that inhalation, ribs moves up and outward, and diaphragm moves down. So this movement increases the space in our chest cavity and air rushes into the lungs. Then the lungs get filled with air. So now air is there in lung. Now during exhalation, that reverse position, the ribs moves down, and while diaphragm also moves up in its formal position, and because of that it reduces the size of the chest cavity. So this is all that mechanism of the breathing. Now how do we, breathing in other animal, when we see, breathing in other animals. So first that animals such as elephant, lions, cows, goat, frog, lizard, snake, these all are animal. These all have chest cavity, and in chest cavity lungs also there, like humans. But animals such as crocodile, birds and dogs have respiratory system that are sometimes more or sometimes less similar to human. So however, some organisms have special respiratory organ also, like skin, tracheal system or spiracle or gills also. So first we'll see about cockroach. How do that cockroach? A cockroach has small opening on the sides of its body, and this is called spiracles. Now insect have that network of air tubes called trachea also. For example, for exchange of gases, oxygen rich air rushes into spiracles and then tracheal tube and directly reaches to all cells of our body, because in that cockroach lungs are not present. And similarly carbon dioxide also from cell goes into the tracheal tube and then moves out by the spiracles only. After that, when how earthworm breathe. So earthworm breathe through their skin. It means that the skin of the earthworm is moist and slimy by touching. If you touch that skin of the earthworm, it's moist and slimy. So that earthworm breathe with their skin. Now about frog. Frogs are amphibians. It means that frog can live on the land and in water both. So when frogs are in water, frog breathe with its skin, and when frogs are on land, it breathes with their lungs, it means. Then breathing underwater. Breathing underwater about fish I am telling you. So fish have one special organ, gills, that you had learned in earlier classes only. So because of that gills, fish can breathe dissolved oxygen from the water. So gills are projection of the skin only, and gills help in breathing. It means it is the well supplied with see that with gills are made up of very small, that finger like we can say some projection, and all are called filament, and all filaments are joined with the blood vessels for exchange of gases. Now from like all animals, plant also respire. It means the plants also that same only, they breathe in oxygen and breathe out carbon dioxide. So in the cell, oxygen is used to break down glucose into carbon dioxide and water, like other organism only. But here one difference between plant and organism, that in plant each part can independently take oxygen and from air and give out carbon dioxide. But in that organism, only one, for example in human, nose only take in air and take out. But in plant each part can independently take in oxygen from the air and give out carbon dioxide. So here in this chapter you learn that respiration is a vital biological process. So all living organisms need to respire to get the energy needed for their survival. So here student, that our lesson number 10 is over. So go through the video twice and read that textbook also for better understanding. We'll meet you soon. Thank you.